Hi, this is Dennis Fassett, the Cash Flow Mercenary. But just back from a long Labor Day weekend. It's been really fun, but it's time to get back to the grind. Today we're going to talk about part two of what investors expect when they deal with realtors. We started with part one last week. We'll start with part two today, but I want to give you a quick update. As you recall, when what started the rant was an interaction that I had with a realtor that had posted a property on Facebook. I was interested, and I pinged him asking him for price and terms and some rental comps, and he came back with me with his phone number, which was just ridiculous, and wanted me to call him. Well, I responded back to him. I said, no, please, I want you to put it out onto Facebook because I don't have time to do the back and forth. Well, last night, 5 days later, he finally responds to that post on Facebook, again with, oh, I assure you my properties are the highest quality and blah, 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 blah. I would love to show it to you. Please call. No price, no terms, no nothing. Just unbelievable. Again, validating my point that there's some bad realtor school somewhere teaching these people to do stuff like they did it in the 80s. But anyway, that kind of is a nice segue into part two today of what investors expect when they deal with realtors, and that's communication. We touched on it with part one, but with communication, realtors, what I as an investor expects is that you communicate with me based on the way that I want to communicate. And generally, in the initial stages, until we get into doing an actual deal, that's by email. But it's going to vary by investor. And what you need to do is figure out how that investor wants to communicate. I know some of your realtors hate email. I know you do. I know some of you hate text messages. I know you do. But you know what? Like I told you guys before, I've got a very demanding day job, 60-hour-a-week day job. I don't have time for all the back and forth. And if you're going to leave me a voicemail during the workday, I may not call you back until 10 o'clock that night or 10 o'clock the next night, because I just don't have time for all the back and forth. So what I'd suggest is really figure out how the investor you're working with wants to communicate. Figure that out, and then give it to him. I mean, and then deal with him in the way that he wants to communicate. Really, it's going to be the best thing for both of you. He's going to be happy, and you're going to be happy. A second point is the frequency of communications. Now, with both Listing Book and with Realcomp, I can get access to the MLS basically as your client. There really isn't a whole lot beyond that you need to do. I don't want a weekly phone call. If you want to email me every once in a while, that's fine. Some investors may want to do it differently. I have no idea. But I don't need to get weekly contacts from you, because when I see a property that I'm going to buy it. I'm going to call you about it. I'm going to tell you that that's it, and I want to proceed, and it'll be that fast. There are very few occasions where I need to have you call me because something is such a smoking hot deal that I need to know about it. Unless it's not already listed, I don't need to know those things. It just doesn't make any sense. But again, talk to the investor you're dealing with and figure out how they want to approach it, how they want to do the communication. That's really about it. The method and the frequency of the communications are about it. One last thing is that calling me or emailing me and telling me that there's nothing available in my price range or that meets my criteria, it's a great email, and we talked about that before. I'd love to get that email from you, because again, it shows that we know how to work together. And I highly encourage you to give that kind of news to the investors that you're dealing with, because it'll make a lot of sense to them. This is Dennis Fassett, the Cash Flow Mercenary. Hope you're having a great day, and again, appreciate you tuning in, and look forward to talking to you again tomorrow.